you know, letting them air dry, because that is when you take your nature for granted, and as a woman you shouldn't do that at all. Hello to the most gorgeous women of the internet. I'm so happy to see you in this video, and today I'm here with a really interesting and vulnerable topic. I can't even believe that I'm making this video, but I feel that it can help some of you. So this will be the first one of my Glow and Grow series, in which I discuss the inner and the outer aspects of glowing up, of transforming to your highest self. So glowing stands for the outer glow up, so it is something that we can touch and we can see, for example, our appearance, our style, our business, our lifestyle. And the grow part stands for the inner transformations of becoming stronger, becoming more confident, of transforming and letting go of the old stuff. So everything that any woman in her 20s in this modern confusing world goes through. So I'm here to help you, and not from the perspective I've made it, but from the perspective I'm also in the process, and I'm here with you and I can relate to all of your problems. So today I'm gonna be talking about my hair transformation, but it is the opposite. My hair transformation is about how I had everything that you can ask for in your hair. I had that, and how I effed up this. This is your sign not to take your nature for granted. This is something I would be so happy right now to tell me when I was 16, because I literally had like a great shoulder length hair. They were so shiny, so strong, so oily in the good way of this. Here I am, 21. Girl, you have amazing hair, but I know which type of hair I can have, and I see what I have right now, and it is not the best transformation. Messy, frizzy, curly hair, and yes, they are curly because of the nature, and it is my nature. So you can see my transformation when I was 16, the quality of the hair that I had, and now something that I deal with. And along with that, with the quality of my hair, I also deal with a lot of hair loss. Anytime I wash my hair, I look at my hands and I'm like, wow, if that happens every time I go to the shower, so imagine like multiplying those hair and how much I lose in a month. And when I understood that, I was like, okay girl, sit down and let's do something about that. And so before talking about what I'm doing to improve my situation and what journey I am on, at first I want to talk about the reasons why I effed up my hair, and this will be like a warning red sign for any girlies. If you're like from 16 to 20, please watch this and not take your hair for granted. Do something from the youngest age to improve the health of your hair, and do this not only from the outside but from the inside. Check up your health, check up your hormones. So when it comes to hair, or basically anything in this life, it works like a cumulative effect. So basically something that you do today, tomorrow, becomes a habit, and in a year, in 10 years, in 2 years, it impacts the result. No vitamins, no conditioners, no oils will work like magic. Every and each day that you spend, what you do with your hair, it impacts you in 1 or 2 years perspective. So even if you now have an amazing hair, but you don't do anything for this, please, this is my warning. The first step, which I effed up on, is not having any hair routine, plus having a lot of stress in my life. So since I was 18 years old, I moved across the globe. I'm Ukrainian and the war had started, so it was like also an impulse to move out and to do something about my life. So I went to Europe, then I went to Turkey, then I went to the US for 6 months, then I came back to Ukraine, then I went to Bali. Now I'm in Turkey, so it's like back and forth, back and forth. And so when I was living in the US, for example, I was told from the first day I was living in New York that the water is really bad and you have to be careful with your face and hair routine because it really affects. And you know what I did? Let me tell you, nothing. I did nothing. I was 18 and I thought and I cared only about work. Only about making money, making some progress, achievements, man in the skirt, you know? It's not only about actions, it's about mindset. And baby girl, I know there's a lot of girls of the new era who do something they are passionate about. You do this at the young age, it's actually the best thing that can happen to you, but this is also something that can literally kill you because your mental state is not stable because you're a teenager and you're going through your biggest transformations. And when you do any adult shit when you're a teenager, it affects your mental state. And I did all the adult things when I was at my teenage years. And I'm not talking about partying, that is what I didn't do. But what I did is developing my business, is moving continents, it's earning money. Worst thing that happened to me is that I thought and I cared only about my work. And I thought that anything else is just a waste of time. And the first thing that I just developed was my self-care routine. I didn't pay any attention to my physical state, to my appearance, to my hair. I thought it's just a real waste of time. Why would you spend 30 minutes, 1 hour in the bathroom if you can do a call and close up another client? And oh my god, looking back, so imagine me moving continents. For example, Bali also affected my hair state because there's a really humid climate, a lot of wind, a lot of ocean, salt, water. And also when I went there, I didn't take any, like, at least just a heat protection. Girl, please. No, I didn't do anything. And even like the shampoo and conditioner, I just bought some random regular from the supermarket. And it's not like you have to buy expensive, it's just you have to pay attention. More expensive doesn't mean better for you. Not only shampoo and conditioner, but a hair mask, some oils, some vitamins. So do this like a complex system. The second step where I effed up is not having and not using any heat protection for 21 years of my life. I know I'm so embarrassed. Since I was little, I was always blow drying my hair, so that is at least one good thing that I did. But the worst thing that I didn't do is not using a heat protection. And still, even when I blow dried my hair, I didn't do that properly. So I did it like chaotically. I didn't split my hair in sections. I didn't do it from the up to down. Sometimes I put my hair completely down, and it's the worst thing because it damages the cuticle, the hair itself, and it causes a lot of breakage and damage to your hair. But along with that, heat protection. Protect yourself from the heat. If you use a blow dryer, go find, there's a bunch of heat protections on the market. And talking about blow dryers, I also just didn't pay any attention to this. I thought that if the thing is blowing hot air, that's enough for my hair. That's like a poem, bad poem. Yeah, it's not like that, please. A good blow dryer has to have at least different types of the air, and it is better to use the coldest one. I used to use the hottest one because, I don't know, I thought it's better and faster. Again, not paying enough attention, using my hair for granted. I thought like, if I spend 5 more minutes, it's just like a robbery of my time, you know? And again, in the perspective, 20 years perspective, I wasn't right, okay? Also, the blow dryer has to have like a So a good blow dryer that won't damage your hair has to have a great attachment thin, so it pushes the air not for all the parts of this planet, but really like smoothly. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain it. I will insert the photos. When I went to New York, I didn't even take any blow dryer with me, and I didn't know if I will have it in my new room in my apartments, and obviously I didn't have it because I didn't even have any furniture. What blow dryer? What are you talking about? Yeah, and I remember like going to TJ Maxx or like a dollar store and just buying the cheapest and the most random blow dryer, like a small one, just so I have it and it broke. Please make sure you invest your time, and you honestly, like, again, looking back, it's not even taking so much time. It's not hard to invest just an hour to talk to ChatGPT and to find the best blow dryer for your hair, for your budget, and then spend another 20 minutes to watch a YouTube video on how to blow dry your hair. And that's all. So I hope this motivates you enough to pay attention to your hair routine, to your beauty routine. And now I'm going to share what I'm doing right now to improve my situation. And as I've said, the first and the most important thing for me is to understand that the results won't be fast. Years ago, I didn't do anything to my hair and they were perfect. And now I do so much and I struggle so much. Yeah, I sometimes get really demotivated and annoyed when I look at the girls who have gorgeous blowouts, who have gorgeous hairstyles, and like, why does it happen to me? And then I understand that it's not my parents who are responsible, it's not my nature, it's my action that I actually didn't take to have right now a good quality of my hair. So again, you have to understand the law of the reason and the outcome, and understand that it's you who are responsible for your beauty and not anyone else. Now what I'm doing to change it. So the first step, it is my health. When I decide to transform, to glow up, the first thing I do is I research from the health perspective, because yes, you can use a lot of beauty products and stuff, but in the end it's more of the marketing stuff and it's more of like a beauty girly ritual. But I believe that as a woman you are a goddess, and nature is created like this, that you have everything inside yourself to be gorgeous, look good, to feel good and stuff. So firstly you have to go inwards and talk to your body. I took a blood test and I found out like about vitamins, about hormones, what I lack, what I need. So right now I'm taking some vitamins based on my blood test, so be careful with that. I do not recommend, and you should not buy it just because you've seen it here, but you should do a research, you should do a blood test, you should talk to your doctor and to understand something that you need to take. And if you don't take any vitamins, please do this. Nobody talks about how it is important to take vitamins and do checkups when you feel amazing. You don't have to wait for the crisis situation. I take the complex for my hair, skin and nails, and then I do the complex of vitamins omega-3 and vitamin D. Plus I also take iron because my iron is really low, which I found out after I did my blood test, and that explains, again, do a research, because you can buy the most expensive hair products, you can do everything perfectly, but if your body lacks vitamins, minerals, nothing will happen even if you go to the best hairdresser and buy the best marketed products. After I talk to my physical body, the next step, go to my mental mindset. And here the first thing I did is not to expect any results right now in a month, in a two, but to do something that will cause good results in year 2, 5 and 10. And to do this, as long as I can, and ideally for the whole life. Prepared myself is that I have to do and to step on this journey from the self-love, not from the self-hate. Yes, my hair can look good and I'm working towards that, but not because I hate myself right now, but because I truly value myself. Now I am ready to invest my time in myself, and this is the true act of self-love. So accept yourself, admit that you have the situation, focus on the process. I'm sorry for the most basic advice, but it really helps and it really works here. So you have to understand that now your hair care routine is like a good ritual. You have to find something why you can enjoy this. For example, you can rearrange your bathroom so it will look more aesthetic, so you have more motivation and reason to go and to do the self-care routine. You can buy a beautiful robe, so every time you do your self-care hair routine, you put on this robe and you feel like a YouTuber, you feel like an influencer, and it motivates you to do this routine. Or you can research any hairstyles, any like accessories for your hair that you can add to your outfits, and the more you do this, the more you want to invest in your hair, because now it is a part of your look. The next steps that I do to improve my hair is I did some procedures in the salon. For example, I did a couple of sessions of Tokyo in Kérastase treatment. I did it in Poland, in Ukraine, and it basically nurtures your hair. It helps more from the inside, not only from the outside. The next step is to research what is good and what is bad for your hair. You can talk about that with ChatGPT. You can send some photos. You can talk. You can watch some YouTube videos. You can find a hairdresser that you can take a consultation from, or you can go to special centers called like a trichology. So it's a doctor who basically specializes on the skin of your head, on the hair, and so you can do a checkup based on this and then research and understand personally what is going on with you. For my hair, I learned that I should not really do a lot of tight hairstyles like slick back buns, but I actually discovered it for myself and I love it so much. And yeah, I sometimes can do it like a couple of times in a month, but not more than that. Then you should understand, like for me, I understand that it's better to blow dry my hair rather than air drying it. Not applying much products because my hair is more thin right now. Then I also do a complex of Vichy oils. It's like special ampoules that last for 21 days. So we have 21 different small little ampoules of the oils. It's like basically mixed oils that you put only on the roots of your head. So you split your parts and you put oil and then you do like a little massage. This exact thing I do to lessen my hair loss. And actually I'm doing this for I believe like 10-15 days and I already see a little difference. It's not much. Lastly, for the hair care routine, what I do is I have my shampoo and conditioner from Kérastase. It helps to make my hair more nourished. Gisou oil for the ends of my hair, and also I do heat protection, please. And for the hair mask, I do the LPP treatment mask. It's so amazing. And oh my god, again, I'm so embarrassed to say that I always did my mask after the conditioner, and oh my god, when I told that the hairdresser, he was like, wait, really? You shouldn't do that. It makes no sense, because when you wash your hair with shampoo, it opens the cuticle, then you do the mask on the open cuticle to make a difference, you know, to nourish it, and then you close the cuticle with the conditioner. But at least it's better later than never. So that is my story. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you liked it, and maybe I will do more series about this. I will film more about my process. You can leave some questions, you can leave some comments. Follow my channel, follow my Instagram, follow my transformation, and I will be sharing so much more on the glowing up, transformation, self-development, self-confidence. That's everything that I'm so passionate about.